All right, so welcome. This is Wylker, and I'm here with Kakermix and SCT and Canvox of Technic Pack, and they are here to talk a little bit about the new Tekkit pack that just launched for Minecraft 1.5.1. Do you guys want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
You know, I don't know. Have you guys been on? You guys really haven't done a lot of videos before, right? So I don't think people know your voices that well.
No, we haven't done any sort of here we are.
Yeah.
All right, so real quickly, let's just do some quick intros, and then we'll get right into the new Tekkit Technic pack and why it's so cool. So, Kaker, you just want to introduce yourself real quick and explain kind of what you do with Technic?
Yeah, sure. I'm Kegamix. I am the founder of Technic Pack. All I do now really is manage a whole bunch of crap in the background.
And also, oh, sorry. And also here is SCT. You want to say hi real quick?
Hello, I am SCT, and I develop things. I created the Technic Platform. I work on Launcher, do all the web stuff, and whatever else I am needed for.
And the next and last person in our little menage a quad here is Canvox, and Canvox is, I think, the newest official Technic member, right?
I think that's right.
And Canvox, how did that come about, and what are you doing right now with Technic?
Well, I made a pack called Big Dig, and did pretty well. And I worked on just sort of like, I guess that kind of as a trial thing, I worked with the Technic guys on another project that isn't out yet. And that went well, and so now I do all the packs. I put the packs together, put the mods in them, talk to the modders, that kind of thing.
And you said all the packs, and I just want to clarify that because a lot of people I don't think are familiar with how Technic Pack works yet. You want to talk about the difference between an official pack and a user-uploaded pack?
Yeah, well, you know, SCT and another guy, Olaf, did all this work to put together something called the Technic Platform. And what the Technic Platform is, anybody can put together their own mod pack. They can upload it to their own server and then sort of configure some stuff on the Technic website in order to make it so that people can download their packs through the Technic launcher. And once they're hooked up in the Technic launcher, all they have to do is put in a little, all your users have to do is put in a little link, and it'll work exactly like a regular Technic pack from that point on. The Technic packs are the ones that come with the launcher already installed. And so there's 3 of them that we're like actively maintaining. Tekkit, which has just come out, Volts, and also oh shoot,
Big Dig.
Big Dig. Yeah, that was the one that I made.
That you made? Big Dig.
Still hasn't sunk in yet.
Wow.
Yeah. And then there's a few other ones that are a little older, like Tekkit Lite and Tekkit Classic, that we keep in the launcher.
All right, so one thing I want to address is Tekkit was kind of a big, I don't know, let's call it a polarizing factor in the Minecraft community for a little while. And Kaker, I bet you can speak to this. Tekkit, the original Tekkit, got a lot of hate, and a lot of it was because of not asking modders for permission to use their mods, or making changes or you know, modifying those mods or whatever. And so even now, I mean, gosh, what's it been, 2 years since Tekkit came out? Is that right?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Like, Technic itself has been going on since like October of 2011.
Right, so several years. And there's still people that, I meet people that literally have not been playing Minecraft for that long, that have never used Tekkit, but just because of word of mouth have like this big anti-Technic, anti-Tekkit stance. And from my perspective, even Tekkit, whether you liked or didn't like how Tekkit came out originally, now we're at a point where all the modders are on board. They are Technic has permissions for all the mods that Tekkit uses, and if I'm not mistaken, Tekkit, or Technic, I guess, in this case, is the only mod pack out there really, I know I said mod pack, but like platform or distribution network out there that actually gives direct donations to the modders. Is that right?
Right. Like as far as donation goes, Technic has never, under any circumstances, accepted donations at all. So, like, we just don't. And any sort of like, you can go look back all the way back when we first started having a donate page. All it was directed links to the modders donate piles themselves. Like, we don't know how many times people click on them or any of that. The only people that know that are going to be the modders and then the donation links themselves. But yeah, we don't accept it. And
well,
then as far,
I was
sorry,
just saying, I know talking to at least one modder, Machine Muse, maker of modular power suits, she has said that she's gotten probably 10 times the donations from the link on the Technic website than any other source of donations that she has out there, her Minecraft forums thread or FTB or any of that stuff. So it sounds like it's a good program to me. I don't know.
Yeah, well, just like the amount of raw traffic we have, and regardless of what people like want to say, to go back to the original part about Tekkit, Tekkit was pretty polarizing, and the reason why is because Technic itself, the very first one, I didn't bother asking anybody for permissions because it was meant to be a little pack I built for the people of Something Awful on the forums. What happened is Lewis, who happens to be a goon as well, found it off of Yogscast, by the way. And then he did a spotlight on it, so then all of a sudden there was a whole bunch of things, and by that time it had gone, I had lost control of it to where everybody just started hating it because I didn't ask for permissions, which was horribly taboo back in the day. So then we just rolled with it and used that infamy, I guess, for good, and outlasted all of it. So yeah, Tekkit itself was the very first package of any kind that made it easy for somebody to run a modified server before that. Like before Tekkit, you had smaller insular communities that would run like Industrial Craft or Red Power, and they had their own little clients and their own little configs, and it was messy, but it was extremely
labor intensive, right?
Yeah, it was very just laborious to get people to do that. So Tekkit, they gave you... Pretend I said something that sounded smart. but
laborious. Just acceptable.
Sure, it's fine. But anyways, it was the first one that made it very easy for people to run a modified server, which a lot of people were at it because at that time, vanilla Minecraft had gotten stale because there's only so much you can do with the content that's available. And so all of a sudden you're like, hey, there's jetpacks and nuclear reactors and stuff, and everybody goes, hey, really? So that's why it was just the first, and it was extremely popular. And then you can type in Tekkit into any search engine or YouTube thing you want, and there's millions of people playing it and talking about it, and yeah, so that's it.
Well, I know from my personal standpoint, Tekkit is what got me back into Minecraft, although I never actually played Tekkit. I was one of those people that thought equivalent exchange was not fun. So Tekkit inspired me to learn about modding and like hosting my own server and setting up my own configs. So, I mean, I don't know how many other people were like me out there that even though they didn't really play Tekkit, like got into it because of Tekkit. But anyway, it's very cool. So now we are on. So Tekkit was built around Minecraft 1.2.5 was the last version, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Does that sound right? Yeah. So, and gosh, it's been what? About a year, I guess, since that version was the latest version.
Long ass time, yeah.
Right. So, after Canvox came on board, really quickly, this new Tekkit got put together. Canvox, tell us what the differences are, the main differences between old Tekkit and new Tekkit.
Oh, between the old 1.2.5 version? Yeah,
Tekkit Classic and the Tekkit that's going to be releasing on Friday.
Well, the big one is that we're still not we're still not based around Bucket. We've found that Bucket, it doesn't seem to be really interested in supporting client mods, and meanwhile, Minecraft Port Central and Forge Bucket have really stepped up to allow you to use plugins without a Bucket server, and so we'll have links pointing people to those two as well. Forge Essentials for people who aren't interested in plugins but are interested in the stuff that Bucket has to offer is another great option for server ops. So not having Bucket is one of the big ones, but I'd say that the other big one is that this is a really focused release. Like everything kind of ties into one another. It's super cohesive. Like you have at the center you have thermal expansion. And then as you go outward, like a lot of the other really popular mod packs, Modular Power Suits, Mind Factory Reloaded, Galacticraft, which is sort of our headliner, they all tie into thermal expansion using thermal expansion related recipes and ores and stuff like that. And so the result is like it kind of feels like a single game rather than a bunch of mods just stuck together.
So it sounds, obviously there's some big omissions from that list. For example, Red Power is missing. And Red Power is such a invasive mod as far as how widely it's used and how deeply it impacts servers, that there was people that would not go past 1.2.5 forever because of how long it took Red Power to update. Can you talk about why you did not feel like it was important? I mean, obviously it's not updated yet, so it's a moot point, but why you don't think people will miss Red Power?
Well, you know, I mean, one of them is just, you know, yeah, we were on 1.2.5 forever because we were waiting for Red Power, and that can't happen every time. It just can't. And so, you know, like, as far as, like, there are a lot of features that people use in Red Power that are, like, super important to the way they play. Almost all of those features have been replaced by other mods. You've got integrated redstone. Mind Factory Reloaded has stepped up and added that. You've got you've got logic, you know, the logic blocks that, like the AND gates and the OR gates. All of those have been replaced by the programmable redstone controller. I always say PRC because I cannot remember what the individual letters stand for.
I've actually come up with about 30 alternate and not safe for general broadcast alternative acronyms for that.
Probably really cool.
Yeah, something like that.
Probably really cool. Yeah, no, and you know, you've also got the black stone and the white stone that Mind Factory Reloaded added too, which is a great replacement for people who like to build with marble and basalt. And so just all of the individual features, except I believe frames, have been replaced by other mods at this point. And so we can move forward, and we just can't wait for Red Power every single release.
Right.
Right.
So
And
oh, go ahead, Kaker.
well, frames specifically, like there's a specific group of people that really love them, and then there's the people that have never really used them, and they kind of use Red Power for its micro blocks or its redstone wire, that sort of stuff. And then there's the modders that don't like frames for the way that they manipulate the game into allowing them to exist. Because of the way that it hooks into the game, it breaks things that other mods add, which is why you can't throw on certain mods onto a frame thing, because as soon as that frame breaks that mod, it can really destroy all sorts of stuff, or just straight up crash.
Or eat chunks, yeah.
Or chunk eating too. That's
it is known to be the chunk eater, the frames.
Now, you spent some time looking at some other mods that I think might get included in the future. Do you know? You want to give us a little preview of what might show up in Tekkit in the near future? Canva?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. There's a really great mod that we're looking at called Big Generators. I think one of the weakest parts of the release that's just come out is the list of generators is pretty small. You've got magmatics and you've got what is I guess the steam engines. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's
like
not obvious because it's
combustibles.
from Railcraft. Yeah, and then the combustibles. You've got like a short list of maybe like 5 good generators, and I think people are used to having a lot of options. And so Big Generators is this mod that's getting worked on right now, and the whole thing is just large multi-block generators, sort of like I guess the Railcraft boiler, but with a lot of different types. So I know he was working on an atomic one, he was working on a fuel-based one, and so just more generators is something I'm looking forward to. I can't think of off the top of my head other ones that we were looking at. Can you guys remember any?
Were you guys thinking of putting mech in there eventually?
Yeah, it depends on all sorts of different stuff.
Yeah.
Mostly it's up to Canbox, of course, and passing the buck. But that's his thing, so he gets the ultimate say in what goes in what and what doesn't go into what. But specifically in regards to mechanism, yeah, because right now we don't have any solar option, which I don't know about you guys, but having a space station or a thing on the moon without solar panels seems a little awkward and weird. But
So I thought we'd actually, is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about? Kaker, SCT?
hey, SCT, tell us about how that sweet page came about.
Yeah, everybody loves the page with the flying creeper on it, the space creeper.
That Tekkit page is gorgeous.
Yeah, we actually were inspired. Well, I mean, when I say we, like the parallax design was always something I wanted to integrate into a design for fun, and something I've always played with, but I haven't had an actual like reason to use parallax scrolling for anything. So I just thought that we could make our mod pages way more interesting. And I guess part of that philosophy was that I knew that we created the Technic platform, and now we've given mod packs into the hands of everybody, and allowed everybody to distribute them easily, and just mod packs are way more common. And because of that, it kind of takes the spotlight away from some of our mod packs. Like we have all these really great mod packs like Big Dig, which is now official mod pack, and we have Lapitos, which is the current top, Lapitos Galacticraft, which is the current top mod pack on the platform. These mod packs are all getting a lot of attention now. So how do we take our mod packs to the next level above those and really showcase them? And so I thought, well, here's my chance to use parallax scrolling, and with Cheap Shots art and my subpar web skills, being honest, I know, but we put together the new page. So I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I'm glad people like it. It means a lot to me to get positive feedback. So.
Yeah, well, it looks amazing, and like there's $1 million companies out there that don't have a web presence that's as pretty as that. So I quite like it.
Yeah, I like it too, and that was actually, from the first people that saw it, the first thing that they mentioned was not how excited they were for Tekkit to update, but how cool they thought the page was. Oh yeah, and they're also excited for Tekkit.
Right.
So, with that being said, I thought we'd, I'd surprise you guys, and we'd announce a cool contest that whoever can will take up to, I think, 1 minute video responses to this, and whoever comes up with the coolest by general acclamation, the coolest video response to this video will win a free 30-day Technic Platform subscription with an MSRP of nothing. See how funny I am? This is why I'm on YouTube, folks. All right. Well, anyway,
that's okay. We still love you.
That's everything I really wanted to cover. Canvox, did you want to disclose any future plans for any other packs or anything? Any teasers out there?
Oh no! What am I allowed to say?
There actually, I didn't really mention this. The parallax scrolling thing that we did for Tekkit was originally designed for a different mod pack, which was delayed because it was kind of right off the edge of the end of 1.4.7, and we didn't feel comfortable releasing a new pack right as 1.5.1, well, really it was 1.5.0 was coming out, so we decided to hold it off. There's really not much details on that yet, but
You're ruining the teaser.
It's a really cool pack, and I'm really excited to eventually show off that pack as well.
And are we looking at a 1.6 release for that probably?
I think there could be a 1.5.1 release for it.
And it's in the opposite direction of what most mod packs go into.
I don't know a lot about it because they kind of keep it on the down low, but the rumors I've heard are very cool. So stay tuned for that. And thank you guys so much. Again, this is Wylker, and I'm with Kaker, Mix, SCT, and Canvox of the Technic team. And this is the official launch for Tekkit for 1.5.1. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.